Undertaking Palor takes childhood adventure to deadly depths. Directed by Michael Tao, written by Ron Finley, and shot by Levi Isaacs. Based on a story from Tales from the Crypt number 39. Have your snacks ready. This is one horror show you won't want to hide from. Aaron, Norm, and Jess just got out of the movie theater. As they walk and talk through the alley, we are given the point of view of an unseen stalker. They are chased by the mysterious figure, but it's only their friend Josh and his video camera. It was all a joke to scare Norm. As they have a laugh at their friend's expense, one of them has an idea to shoot a real horror movie. The boys sneak into Esbrook Mortuary. They find the body of Mrs. Groves, the librarian, under a sheet. They are shocked, having no idea she had died. Somebody's coming, and the boys scatter and hide. Esbrook the Undertaker treats himself to some late-night pizza when he notices Mrs. Groves is uncovered. The boys see a few things they probably were not meant to see.
Come now, you can do better than that.
Pete, Billy, Chubby, and Percy peer into a window, spying on Undertaker Esbrook embalming recently deceased Mr. Groves. Each of the kids has their own reaction, from curiosity to fear. They watch the entire process, taking off the body's clothes, sharpening the scalpel, slicing into the skin. Esbrook is oblivious to his young audience as he pumps the blood out of Mr. Groves and replaces it with embalming fluid. The description in the narration panel is a delight. The last drop of embalming fluid gargled out of the jug as the last drop of a soda is sucked from a fountain glass through a frayed straw. All the boys want is to get out of there. They watch Esbrook reset Mrs. Groves' face, and things keep getting worse. As Esbrook has his lunch, the kids are about to lose theirs. Norm tries to sneak out of the coffin, but Esbrook hears him and investigates. Now his friends have to create a diversion. Fortunately, they are saved by the bell. The boys bolt out of there, but poor Norm isn't fast enough. He hides under the coffin table as the others get away. The sight of the embalming is too much for Percy. He leaves to tend to a sick father. A man comes to see Esbrook. It's Mr. Grudney, the pharmacist. He's been in cahoots with Esbrook. Grudney poisons prescriptions, and Esbrook upcharges the funerals, splitting the profits with his druggist partner. But Esbrook is unhappy with the latest prey, who didn't produce the big payout he was hoping for. Luckily, the next tainted medication has been handed off to the richest man in town. The three remaining boys know exactly who they're talking about: Percys Father. They rush to Percy's house and find him crying on the front steps. His father died moments ago. The boys huddle and discuss whether to tell Percy and the cops. Norm eavesdrops on Esbrook and an unseen pharmacist from his hiding spot. They are also poisoning medications and upcharging funerals. And some poor soul's asthma medicine has just been contaminated that very night. As the two fiends head upstairs, Norm runs out of there as fast as he can. The next day, he tells Jess and Aaron what he heard, but they don't believe him. They get to Josh's house and see him crying. His dad died last night of an asthma attack. The boys comfort their friend and tell him exactly what is going on. The boys return to Esbrook's window. He and Grudney cleared an extra $500 each from Percy's father. They arrange the handoff for the payment. Esbrook feels a mild sickness coming on, but ignores it. Pete has an idea and orders Chubby to wait outside the pharmacy. When Grudney gives him a package to deliver to Esbrook, he's to take it to their clubhouse instead. Chubby is on his way to the pharmacy. Pete and Billy circle around to the front of the mortuary and run into Esbrook. The boys express concern over his sickly appearance. Esbrook decides to order some tonic from Grudney after all. Chubby waits outside the pharmacy when Mr. Grudney offers him a nickel to deliver the tonic to Esbrook. Just as planned, Chubby brings the bottle to the clubhouse. Pete pours out the tonic and replaces it with rat poison. Chubby arrives at Esbrook's, carrying the bottle of fake tonic and a stray cat. As he holds out the bottle, it slips out of his hand, breaking, spilling everywhere. The cat gets loose and starts slurping it down. This is where the comic kids lose all my sympathy. The cat dies in front of Esbrook, who now believes his partner in crime tried to poison him. The next day, the boys attend Percys Father's rainy funeral. By night, they are spying on Esbrook's meeting with Grudney in the cemetery. Without hesitation, he immediately confronts the pharmacist about the poison. He takes out his knife and plunges it into Grudney's chest. The boys watch in fear until one of them sneezes, giving their hiding spot away. Esbrook immediately gives chase. The boys run for their lives. Chubby doesn't think he's going to make it. In his haste, Esbrook trips and fatally hits his head on a tombstone. The boys look, and in a twist of fate, see that the grave belongs to Percys' father. We switch over to the point of view from Josh's video camera. The boys are going to prove who is responsible for the death of his father. They identify the pharmacist by his shoes. It's homely Mr. Grundy. Fast forward to the mortuary, where Norm delivers a prescription from Grundy.
Yes.
Hi. I got a prescription for you from Grundy's.
Yes, well, give it to me.
Well, okay. Here you go, sir. Ooh. Pretty strong prescription, huh?
Who gave you this?
Eat it raw, Fuzznut!
Come back here.
Come back here!
Battery acid.
Who gave you this?
All right, come on, let's go.
As Norm distracts Esbrook, the boys ransack the office for evidence. They find proof that Grundy is getting screwed out of his full share of the profits. Josh hides in the preparation room with his camera. Esbrook waltzes in with a body. Josh's camera catches everything.
You've burned me for the last time, Sebastian. Someone dropped off a bunch of your invoices. Your real invoices.
What?
I'm putting an end to this whole stinking mess. It's over.
Well, I don't think so, Nate. Unless, of course, you'd like me to tell the authorities what really happened to your wife. Seeing as they missed the fact that she was poisoned the first time around, maybe they'd like a second chance.
You know, I had a feeling you'd say something like that.
Shit! Nate, you're overreacting. It's that fat kid. He faked all this just to set us against each other. Look, I've got proof right here.
Finished with his criminal partnership, the Undertaker pours acid down Mr. Grundy's throat. All four boys come out of their hiding places. They each have a camera and proof of all wrongdoing. Esbrook is done playing games and takes his gun out. The kids think quick, and Esbrook has his stomach punctured with the suction hose. All his evil plans go right down the drain.
That's for my father, you asshole.
Undertaking Palor is a sick and twisted coming-of-age tale. You believe all the boys are actually friends in both versions. Writing believable parts for child actors can be hard, and this story had 4 to deal with. The show did a great job at keeping me at their sides the entire time, unlike that unfortunate turn in the comic. The changeover to the video camera's POV breathed new life into the story, as John Glover's Esbrook was taking lives on screen. John Glover always brings his A-game to every performance he gives. His dancing, snacking, and unforgivably brutal Undertaker is a fun addition to his filmography. Speaking of fun, we're also treated to some Easter egg movie posters in the background of the opening scene for films by the producers of Tales from the Crypt, including Aliens and Lethal Weapon. Undertaking Palor will make you yearn for the good old days of childhood. Let's just hope your good old days didn't include a murderous mortician.